Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's March 9th, 2017. I put out a video earlier today for the 20-year anniversary of the death of Notorious B.I.G. I talked about his death in relation to Tupac Shakur, his wife Faith Evans, his mother, Jay-Z, and Puff Daddy. And I decided to do a little more research on Jay-Z and Roc-A-Fella Records, and I'm glad I did. Notorious B.I.G's death, the date he died, has everything to do with Jay-Z and Jay-Z becoming the king of hip-hop, if you will, as he's dubbed by many. I think he's the second richest man in hip-hop right now, only behind Dr. Dre, hip-hop's first billionaire. Anyway, let's talk more about Jay-Z and the launch of Roc-A-Fella Records. These people need to be held accountable. This stuff is sick. I mean, let's just start right here. This is Jay-Z at a Masonic funeral. Jay-Z's right here. Notice the Freemasons, they like to wear bow ties. I've talked about this long before. They say in the mystery of the death of Notorious B.I.G, his killer was wearing a bow tie. We'll talk about what's significant about a bow tie in just a little bit. But Jay-Z is a Freemason, and everything about Notorious B.I.G's death has to do with Freemasonry. Jay-Z was born December 4th, 1969, the day Fred Hampton was murdered, the leader of the Black Panther Party. And the Black Panthers were Masonic controlled opposition run by the U.S. government. That's another topic, but that's why so many commercial hip-hop rappers have parents that were in the Black Panther Party, because they're already tied to Freemasonry. From Jay-Z's 27th birthday, he's 47 now, 20 years of injustice. From his 27th birthday to the death of Notorious B.I.G. was 96 days. And, of course, he turned 27 in 96, the same year Roc-A-Fella Records was established. 96 is significant because the word Freemason equals 96. The ranging degrees of Scottish Rite Freemasonry of significance are 31, 32, 33. You add those three numbers together, they sum to 96. Very important number here. Jay-Z born in 69, the reflection of 96, again the day Fred Hampton was murdered. Jay-Z, known for putting up this symbol right here. It's the Freemason compass and square. That's what he's really doing. It's the Masonic compass and square. Jay-Z, he appeared on the Puff Daddy album No Way Out, which released 115 days after the death of Notorious B.I.G. There's the song Young G's, Jay-Z, Notorious B.I.G., Puff Daddy. This is what the G's really are about in commercial hip-hop. You know, people think it's gangsters, but what it really is Freemasonry. That's why you have, studio gangsters like Rick Ross talking about the Freemason compass and square and the G and what Freemasonry's done for them. The big G represents 33, the number of Freemason obsession. The word diamond equals 33. The symbol, diamonds, Rockefellers, rich. Diamond 33, Masonry 33, secrecy 33. With regards to Fred Hampton, both names with 33 Gematria. Just again, Fred Hampton died on Jay-Z's birthday, the day he was born. Biggie also has the Gematria of 33. Biggie grew up in Brooklyn, New York, near the Bed-Stuy neighborhood, Masonic hotbed. Somebody commented on the video I put out, and they said, where Biggie grew up, 226 St. James, that's just blocks from the Masonic Lodge right there. Again, Freemasonry, it doesn't just run hip-hop, it runs the entertainment industry, the recording industry. It's not just hip-hop, it's all genres of music, it's Hollywood, it's your government. Freemasonry is massive. So check this out. The term studio gangster, this could be a coincidence. I had to laugh though when I saw this. Studio gangster sums to 62. So many rappers, their names have 62 Gematria in history. Eazy-E, Q-Tip, Jay-Z, and P. Diddy. The word Mason also sums to 62. The calendar as we know it, created by Freemasonry. Gregorian sums to the same thing as calendar in Gematria, which sums to the same thing as Freemasonry, secret society. Named after the Pope, the Catholic Church, the Jesuits, Masonic. Anyway, March 3rd, 3-3, is the 62nd day of the year, and that is done on purpose. That's part of the reason February only has 28 days in it. It's a tribute to Masonry. 3-3, the 62nd day. So get this. Roc-A-Fella Records has Gematria of 74. Very special number to Freemasonry. In the video I put out earlier today, we talked about 74. I overlooked the Roc-A-Fella Records connection. Notorious B.I.G. died 74 days before his 25th birthday in the year 97. 97 is the 25th prime number. I was talking about that a lot with this last NFL season. For you football fans, it was the 97th season of the NFL. Bill Belichick equals 97. The AFC was going for their 25th Super Bowl win. It would have worked out to being the Patriots' 25th playoff win if they won the Super Bowl. Lo and behold, all of that happened. The Patriots won, and they won with a record 25-point comeback. All scripted. Lady Gaga, born March 28th, 28/3. They came back from 28-3. Anyway, Freemasonry created American football. Freemasonry running the show by the numbers. Notorious B.I.G. dead 74 days before his 25th birthday in 97. Again, Masonic 74, rapper 74, bow tie 74. They said his killer had a bow tie on. It is Zionism, which is very much Jewish, that runs Freemasonry, that runs the show. Jewish 74, Occult 74, Black Panther Party 74, Fred Hampton, who died on Jay-Z's birthday, Black Panther Party, Masonic-controlled opposition. Just for some historical reference, George Washington 74, 33rd degree Freemason, and the first president, look at his statue in D.C., Freemason and first president. Notice what comes first. In the U.S., Freemasonry is king. That's why there's all these unsolved rap murders, because it's all Freemasonry. Freemasonry runs your police, your government. That's how there's no justice. That's how you can kill Tupac Shakur in the middle of Las Vegas where there's nowhere to go to, the busy strip, and they can't find the murderers. We're being lied to. And with regards to being lied to, keep in mind it's possible these people aren't even dying. I don't know. It's either ritual murder or faking deaths by the numbers. All for narrative and to sell records and to generate hype, entertain. Anyway, United States of America, Masonic land. We're talking about the significance of 74. Holiday 74. Independence Day 74. July 4th, 7-4. English 74. Gematria 74. The English language rolled out as this country was being established. The beginning of the nation, a lot of people spoke German. They had to vote on what would be the national language, and English supposedly just barely won out. Gematria 74, what we're talking about, the ancient practice of coding numbers into words. Killing 74. So many rappers dead by the number 74. Machiavelli, the way Tupac spelled it, 74. Just like cross, just like Jesus, just like Messiah, just like gospel. Special number. Out of the 50 states, only one sums to 74. The 33rd state, Jesus, cross 74, Jesus on the cross at 33. What it is, 33 and 74 is a Masonic pairing. That's why it's put together in the Bible as we know it through English. The Freemasons have their hands on everything. History, the spiritual texts, the information you get every day. Freemasonry runs the show. You know, Rage Against the Machine, Zach De La Rocha singing the lyrics from 1984, the book about controlling the future, controlling the past. Rage Against the Machine wasn't really raging against the machine. They were part of the machine, you know, trying to enlighten the people. So look at this. The word killing and Masonic, they both have 74 Gematria. They both also have 115 Gematria. And 115 days after the death of Notorious B.I.G., the album No Way Out came out. Puff Daddy's first album. You know, Puff Daddy benefited from the death of Notorious B.I.G. Before he was just the guy, you know, making a little noise in the background of Biggie's songs. Then he became, you know, front and center of Bad Boy Records. So 115 days after the death of Notorious B.I.G., No Way Out comes out. And with regards to the death of Notorious B.I.G., they say he died at 1:15 in the morning, March 9th. You know, happened just after March 8th. 38, number of death. March 9th, 1997 was a date with 38 numerology. Death 38, killing 38. Rapper also 38 the small way. Tupac died on a date with 38 numerology. But there's just a reason for all of these numbers, you know. They show up again and again in these rituals. Now get this. Notorious B.I.G. died at 97. Roc-A-Fella Records also sums to 97. Notorious 97. Death 97. Hit 'Em Up 97. The Tupac song. And just real quick, in regards to Tupac, let's look at the date Tupac died. Roc-A-Fella Records launched. I'm not sure what happened to the computer here. The computer's going slow all of a sudden. What I want to show you is the date September 13th, 13/9. That date looks a lot like 139, and the name Tupac Shakur sums to 139, just like Freemasonry. If you've seen my work on the assassination of Malcolm X, this is a big number in his death, 139. Special number to the history of this nation because this nation is Masonic. And recently, on September 13th, we saw Moses Malone, the basketball player, die by the numbers, just like how Tupac died on that date. And listen to this. Let me put this up on the screen so you can appreciate this more. Black History Month equals 213. LA, the 213 area code. Tupac Shakur's final studio album came out February 13th. In Black History Month, 2/13. He died 213 days later, September 13th. 213. Moses Malone, the day he died at age 60. Right after Daryl Dawkins, both men dropping dead out of nowhere. From the day Moses Malone died to the day Kobe Bryant played his last game as a Laker and scored 60, the same age Moses Malone died at, was 213 days. And that was LA, the 213 area code. Kobe came out of high school, out of Philadelphia. Moses Malone came out of high school and played the majority of his career in Philadelphia. High school players, Philadelphia. Moses Malone's death connected to Kobe's final game where he scored 60. There's so much more to that story. Real quick, I'll just show you this. Moses Malone was drafted out of high school by Utah, and Kobe finished his career against the Utah Jazz. Kobe Bryant equals 113. Only one team in the NBA equals 113. Special number to Scottish Rite Freemasonry. Remember 31 plus 32 plus 33, 96. They're important ranging degrees. Mainstream 113, dishonest 113, words like perjury have 113, green screen 113. Same with things like bullshit, fiction, Bad Boy Records, Studio Gangsters. They say Notorious B.I.G. was murdered on Wilshire Boulevard. You know, Wilshire also has the 103 connection, which is the 27th prime number. Think about 27 Club. Jay-Z was 27. Puff Daddy was 27. At the time of Notorious's death, they're both 47 now. But anyway, just talking about how these numbers, they get used again and again in these rituals. Oh, one more thing about 213. I recently became aware of satanic gematria. It's interesting that Wilshire is 383 because death and murder are connected to 38 and 83. But look at this. Let me tell you what this is real quick. Satanic gematria is a cipher where A is worth 36 and Z is worth 61. When you count every number 1 through 36 and add them together, they sum to 666. And the satanic Gematria cipher begins. I guess I can just show you this real quick. A is 36, Z is 61. 36 connected to 666. The word death, I noticed in this cipher, sums to 213. And a lot of people in history have been killed by this number. People say at its core, Freemasonry is satanic, and remember, Satanism has to do with self-worship. Freemasons 411, interesting. JFK murdered from 411 Elm Street. Interesting that Christmas has a 411 connection in Jewish Gematria. There's just too many things here I'm noticing. Sorry, I'm realizing things in real time. Look at that, Assassins 115. Notorious B.I.G. dead at 1:15 in the morning, killing. There's always more, Truth Seeker. That's why I share this knowledge and encourage people to research. Killing's also 115 in Jewish. Anyway, just trying to shed some more knowledge on why we see so many people die by 213. If you missed my earlier video, we talked about how Tupac died on a date with 118 numerology. B.I.G's funeral was on a date with 118 numerology. We saw Prince's death by the numbers on an elevator. So anyway, let's get back on focus. We're talking about Jay-Z, Roc-A-Fella Records, him and Puff Daddy and others benefiting from the death of Notorious B.I.G. Roc-A-Fella Records, again, 97, like Notorious, like Death, like Tupac's song, Hit 'Em Up. Tupac murdered by the numbers. Notorious B.I.G. dead in 97, Tupac in 96. The date of that album by Puff Daddy, No Way Out, July 1st. In most parts of the world, that date's 1/7. Jay-Z, his name really got out there on that album. Nobody really knew about who Jay-Z was throughout the world at the time Notorious B.I.G. died. Maybe some real hip-hop heads back East Coast, but he hadn't really made it out to the West Coast. Puff Daddy, because, he was repped by MTV and commercial and mainstream, all of us heard about Puff Daddy. So a lot of people, the first time they heard Jay-Z was on the Puff Daddy album. Anyway, Jay-Z 17, Mason 17, that album came out 1/7. Young G's, Jay-Z, Puff Daddy, Notorious B.I.G., their song, G's, Masonry, everything we're talking about. I noticed the three men who founded Roc-A-Fella Records, Jay-Z, Damon Dash. I always knew their names, but look at this guy back here, Kareem Burke. I would like to know more about Kareem Burke, because check this out. Kareem Burke 187, just like the real Roc-A-Fella name. And remember, Washington, D.C. equals 187. George Washington, 187. Trump just had his GOP convention on 18/7, July 18th, 187 days before Inauguration Day. The last Republican president was George W., like George Washington. George Washington, 187. Washington, D.C., 187, in case I said it too fast. The last Republican president, George W., was born July 6th, the 187th day of the year. That date's written 6/7 in most parts of the world. George Washington died at age 67. Freemasonry equals 67. George Washington became a master mason at a very young age. The word master, Gematria, is 76. This is what it is. This is how Freemasonry rules. These people are born and bred to be, from presidents to rappers. I think you have to have talent. They can't. There's a lot of people in Freemasonry, so to make it to the top, to become Jay-Z, there has to be something there. Jay-Z has some talent, but he's been pushed to the top. He's been pushed to the top, and he brings a message to the masses that the New World Order wants. In his song Young G's, he talks about the New World Order. Look up the lyrics of Young G's from the Puff Daddy album. He talks about New World Order. It's right in the lyrics. But look at what Jay-Z represents. Materialism, he does all these commercials. He's been the king of Budweiser for a second. This is what the establishment wants. Consumerism, profit over people. Jay-Z pushes this. He's all ego. It's all about him. It's all about, all of his money and what a big bad killer he is, even though I'm sure he's probably killed nobody. Or, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he is the guy who literally shot Notorious B.I.G. and that's the reason he gets to get away with it. They tell us he was in a bow tie. Here's Jay-Z in a bow tie. Noticing the cameras looking at him. Wonder how old Jay-Z was there in that photo. But it's no secret Jay-Z's a Freemason. If you missed the first video, what I'll do, I just learned that I can link my videos on the screen. I'm so bad at the video making. Anyway, it should be up here over my right shoulder somewhere if you want to click on that. Whole lot more information on the death of Notorious B.I.G., why he died March 9th. 39, a huge number to Biggie as well. Biggie, 39. Shakur, Puff Daddy, dead on March 9th. 39, the number in New York. Learn about all that and more in the first video I put out earlier today. All right, Truth Seeker, until next time.